Hello.
Okay. Well, so welcome to On the Fringe. I'm Gavin. This is Dave. And this week we're choosing our new, uh, hot new uh, image for our podcast. And Dave, let's look at some of the samples here.
All right. All right. Um, I think we should definitely go 80s because the 80s was the best time of all, and we're gonna make On the Fringe great again. Yeah.
And I think you're just saying that because I wasn't alive in the 80s. Um,
I was
so
by a little bit, but not much.
Not much. Not much.
Squeaked
So
in there.
I'm looking at this and it's a little interesting. We're both kind of cut off a little. Uh,
Yeah.
I would say both sort of cut off in the middle of our faces. There's sort of a
Uh-huh.
background glow. I'm gonna say a little too Hall and Oatesy,
Oh.
a little too
Oh.
Miami Vice,
A little too Miami Vice.
a little too Miami Vice. I don't
You
think
could throw a little bit more hot pink in there.
we could.
And
We could. That's always an option. A little pink and blue in the background. Uh,
mm-hmm.
but again, is this really the image we want to sell people? One of us is a warbly vocalist, and one of us never talks. One of us plays the synths incessantly. One of us is Don Johnson. I mean, I just don't see that is the direction we want to go in as a brand.
When did you become the manager of On the Fringe?
Well, I think when you let me pick the album covers, I think that's probably when that happened, somewhere
Oh,
around there.
that was a stupid decision, wasn't it, Dave?
Uh, but actually, I mean, I think this is a point to talk about. What do we want the cover really to represent? Because we are on the cover in the image I'm looking at. Uh, do we want the iceberg in the background? What do we want going on in the background?
I don't know, and this is where we really could use some help from our listeners.
Yeah,
And we really I am not a designer at all.
and
And
neither am I.
when I designed this first album cover and I threw the iceberg and the binoculars in there, I was like, okay, so we're looking at issues that are much deeper than are actually on the surface, and we're looking at them from far away. So we've got a pair of binoculars and we've got an iceberg. And they're pretty far out there, so I wanted to show that distance between the binoculars and the iceberg.
You put a lot
So
more thought into that than I thought you had. And
yeah,
I now feel like we should keep that for a grace period, if only because you put a greater amount of thought into it than I'd previously imagined. Um,
yeah, a couple of brain waves actually were working in sync there when I
yeah,
threw
they
that
were they were
together.
fire. They were fiery, not bad at all. I mean, I will say I've gotten a little feedback. People want to see our faces, apparently. I don't know if they've
Mm-hmm.
met us, but they do want to see us on the cover. Um, but I don't know, maybe a good compromise, maybe us, Hall and Oatsy in the foreground, iceberg in the back.
Yeah, that would work. Works
Mhm.
for us, but what about for you guys? You guys are going to be the ones that are downloading and listening and leaving comments, and you're going to be the ones seeing our faces every time that you interact with us on the podcast. So if that's what you want to see, boom, we'll give it to you.
We will. We're opening up the polls. Call, write, like, tell us what you want. It has to, of course, be within the bounds of good taste, but but it's a family podcast after all. But please let us know what you want to see, because as Dave pointed out, you are going to be the people looking at it. So, uh, we're opening up for comments, and we're still here. We're on the fringe. Thank you very much.
Thanks, y'all.